What's going on, guys? Who's Tunde here? Welcome to another episode of Afrobeats Weekly, your podcast about African music on the continent and the diaspora. How is everyone doing? Another week, another podcast episode. Welcome to the best music podcast on the planet. It's the Afrobeats Weekly podcast. And if this is your first time listening, you're about to have a great time with us. This is the podcast on all things Afrobeats. Thank you for clicking and checking us out. We took a 2-week break in transition, but we are back on the Afrobeats bandwagon. Shout out to all you guys in my DMs. Like just 2 weeks now. You guys know those take breaks at all. Okay, I've heard. I took a 2 weeks break. Shout out to everybody asking how far the pod. The pod is here. You know, I had to make your Mondays better. Just to make a rest more. But welcome back to everybody listening. Shout out to you guys for sticking with us. The best music podcast on the planet is back. Before we get into today's episode, like we always do, I need you guys to please rate and review this podcast. You guys always say, where's the podcast? But I don't see your engagement. I don't see your retweets. I don't see your, this podcast is the best podcast in the whole world. Yeah, engage with us. helps us grow, helps us get noticed. So while you're listening from your favorite app right now, leave that 5-star rating and comments. All of you that are coming to my DM, I want to see your comments on Spotify and all these other platforms. Anyways, thank you guys very much. On today's episode of Afrobeats Weekly, we are reviewing Oxlade's. It's a review podcast today. Album projects, everything. We got you. We are reviewing Oxlade from Africa album. Nasboi's I.N.I.T. Odunsi's Nigerian boyfriend, and as usual, I'm just saying a little bit about it. I know new songs to the channel. As usual, new songs, Turntable House Illuminates, and all that good stuff. What's good, my G? What's good? Did you enjoy your team?
Yeah, it was good, man. Was good.
Nothing much. How was your 2 weeks week? Did you enjoy that?
I did, man. It was good, you know. What did I say? I caught some rest. That's one. Yeah. Enjoyed a really dope concerts, which we can get into in a couple of weeks. Ones? But yeah, man.
Yeah, let's just get into it. Which ones did you go for? Thames? I think I saw you I saw your stories on like the Thames concerts, right?
Yeah, I was at the Thames concerts.
Okay. How was that?
Yeah, it was dope, man. It was dope. Like I said, man, she ain't ours anymore, man. Just so you know.
I think we've known that for a while now.
Just putting it out there. Thames ain't ours anymore. So yeah, it was a really dope concert. Sold out. It was packed. Shout out to the SDC team for the hookup.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, man. It was good.
She's so far so good. She's my artist of the year. All my own artist of the year metrics are just pointing towards her. You know, good album, most likely Grammy nominated or Grammy winner at the end of the day. Sold out concerts everywhere, and it's not just the sold out concerts, it's the people that are in the concerts and singing along from. Like you said, she's no longer as, you know, put out a dope album to back everything up. So far so good. If you ask me right now who's my artist of the year, I'll just tell you it's Thames, man. She's had a very, very good year.
Yeah, man. I can't front on that. That's a strong nominee for artist of the year. Also caught clips of Lungu Boy, you know, his show in
yesterday's one.
Yeah, I mean, she had a show in O2 last night, which is kind of dope. Yeah, which is kind of dope. I caught it. I mean, I was there last year, same venue. It looked pretty much the same thing, you know, bigger and better, you know. So shout out to him too, man.
Yeah, shout out to him. I was checking clips. I was saying, I think Whiskey was coming out from the floor and all this. I was just So shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. He's. I mean, if there's ever anything like return on your investment, you know, yielding profit, it is this guy, because you know, the run has been amazing. The run has been nothing short of phenomenal. And I was seeing some arguments on Twitter. I'm just trying to tell you guys, this is
no.
It's not. It's not fun. So don't be putting yourself on being like, in the next 5 years or even 10 years that you want to do this. This is a one-of-one type of situation. And it just happens when you are ready, prepared, and God is just ready to bless you. So, anyways, that's all I have to say about that one. Yes, you said
I don't know, man. Like, there's nothing else to say because I was just thinking, like, no one has had a run like this, and it's not just runners because like people have had runs where they're like dropping hit singles. This is like hit albums. This is like big albums, back to back to back. I mean, we can talk about Lugo Boy album, whatever, but I'm just saying, like, albums back to back to back. No one's had a run like this. No, out the gates. Nah, no one's done this. And no one will ever do this. I don't think so.
Yeah, it is not the norm. So stop comparing yourself and thinking, oh, I have to come out in the next 3 years. When they sign me, I'm going to, bro. It's hard as fuck, man. What else? Yeah, I think what albums we missed out on. I think it was just Niniola and Cold, I think. So we'll just do a quick summary. For me, for Niniola's album, I think I enjoyed it. Press Play, that's the album. I mean, it's her doing what she does best, Afro house, and by extension, of course, I'm a piano. Let me just put it this way: if you are, still into log drums and a piano, and you love that type of music, then you obviously love this jam because it's Niniola with her voice and the type of our piano beat selection she makes is great. If you don't like it, it just sounds like redundant and it just sounds like one long playlist that is a piano but I think even if you don't, you still find some songs that you're like, I'll keep this one on my playlist because of the way she sings it or because of her voice and stuff like that. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I've taken the songs I'll take out for like my gym and ride playlist and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah, so pretty much kind of the same thing. It's the same beats. It almost feels like I would say like it almost feels like the same song after a while.
Yeah.
After a while, but then again, I think she switches it from like, I think Mr. DJ, I think that's the song, which is just strictly house. So it's not like I'm a piano-ish. So it's just like strictly house record. And then it comes back. But I loved it from Lavish, Pepper Dem, Level,
Pepper Dem is my
Taste. Formula with Feels was kind of different. All Eyes on Me, Energy is my jam as well. So yeah, man, it's kind of short because it's like under 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't understand when it's like you just don't realize that it has played all through because it's almost like no different like switch except for Mr. DJ, which is like a strict house record. But yeah, man, I like Ninola's voice. And yeah, that's my review.
Yeah, like we said, give it a spin if you like amapiano, good music. That's the South African type. Like I said in my video review. Cold as fuck. We also listened to that. I actually went for the listening party for this. It was packed. It was fun. I love that she already has like a community that is rolling with her. Caution EP, I like this one. You get like Afro pop, and I feel like she's kind of exploring her, is it dancehall rhythms? I'll call it now. I don't want to call it.
I was just gonna say the rhythm. It was the rhythm.
I just want to say like dancehall because there's a dancehall rhythm type of beats. I don't know if you guys understand, but anyways, so which it works for me. There's 365, and of course the lead single Mayana. Cycle Must Break. When this song came out, the reggae part, people were just jumping and turning. That's the end of the song where it gets to just like the instrumental. I think it was, I can't remember if it was Bigfoot, Remy Baggins, and I've forgotten the third producer. But yeah, it's a well-produced album. I liked it. It's very high energy. No complaints from me, man. Cold as fuck. Caution EP. What say you?
Like I said, reggae rhythm or dancehall rhythm, whichever way you want to call it. It's like she had the style, her voice. I love Mañana like a lot.
Mañana. Yeah.
Since it dropped, so that's the highlight for me. And of course, I also like Cycle Must Break. I mean, it's pretty short, 6 tracks. BK East God on track 2, 9 Lives.
Did very well in that song. So
did very well. So yeah, man, enjoyable. enjoyable. That's how I put it.
Yes, very enjoyable. You guys should check it out. Niniola Press Play, Cold as Fuck, Caution EP. Those babes are doing things. Let's get into our reviews this week. We have 3 reviews for you. Let's start off with Oxlade of Africa. I think is OFA or something like that. I can't remember how they did it on the
OFA.
Anyway, Oxlade from Africa. I don't know about of Africa. Yeah. 14 songs. 14 songs. I think 2 intros or something like that. So it's like 16, but 14 songs in total. Features from Bobby Wine, Popcorn, Dave, Fali Pupa, Flavor, Wande Cole, Sarkodie, Tomiowo, and Ojabi. The production credit is also stacked. We have Timmy, Driscoll, Sparks, TUC, Ega Boy, Zedikos, Magic Sticks, TMXO, and a couple of other guys. Very, very packed. For me, no doubt, Oxlade is talented, fantastic voice, but this album didn't really do anything for me. And if you ask me to explain it to you, I kind of had explanation to you. I'll tell you I don't know. But it falls under the category of all those albums that just didn't move me. After the first few listens, I think I only stuck with the jam with Wande Cole and Category. To me, I think it took too long to drop this album. The album has like this colossal vibe, and I feel like maybe if you had capitalized on that run at that time while the song dropped, it would have maybe sounded better to me. Like it would have sounded like, okay, what's this sound I'm hearing? I really tried Oxlade from Africa, but this album, I don't think I'm going back anytime soon, man. That's it for me.
So clearly we have like totally different views on this album.
Yeah.
I like this album.
Hear yours. Okay.
I like this album, and I like this album because it sounds like an Afrobeats album. There is no catering and pandering towards, hey, let's blow around the world.
Yeah.
There's no experimenting. There is no. I think there's only one song with lug drums on this album. So that already is just like, hey, this is. He's not going to come out and be like, oh, my genre of music is called Afro touchy. Yes, it's not going to be any of that. Afro. Exactly, it's strictly what it's going to be. It's an Afrobeats album, and that's why I like it. 1, 2, I think it starts off hard, like really from lights on all the way to
from the finish.
Exactly. So from a lights on, blessed, intoxicated, it felt like those are strong intro. Like how the album starts off really strong. Then I kind of understand if someone says, okay, it kind of drops off after like Closer, because I don't understand why that song is on the album. But hey,
for numbers now.
Hey, like whatever.
They will say his first week he did 5 million, 100 billion streams, and you're like, what?
okay, whatever you would call it. But Closer shouldn't have been on the album. I feel, at least, even if it wasn't on the album, it should have been like a bonus track.
Yeah.
It should have been like in the middle of the album. But anyways, that's whatever. The Flavor song, which was a cool song when it came out, and I was just like, oh, is this not a single? But it slots in really well in the middle. Now, this is where I get like touchy, is that I don't understand what A&Rs do when they be giving some of these beats to Wande Cole. Like, that's just my own. Like, I always expect that and hear that Wande would be probably on a really dope beat, but this instrumental track 10 with Wande, it was a dull song for me. It was like almost like what Buju did with the Wande track. And I just felt like that song just died. And I was like, why are people wasting the Wande feature?
The only person that has used the Wande feature is the next album we are going to talk about, and which you said you do. I mean, that's the only person and I'm like, why is Nasboi being the person that's featured Wande? Like, why do we continue?
Exactly. So with that, then of course it now comes back up with the Sarkodie track on track 12. On My Mind is would be probably my favorite song on the album.
I don't mind that song.
And category. So exactly. So these are the things I'm talking about. Like I think it's a really good album. It won't be part of like album of the year kind of thing, but I think it's a really strong album.
I don't know. It just feels like mixtapey to me in a way. Like I don't know if it's the sound. Then at the beginning it came off with like this intro, like this cinematic intro. But the song that followed, I don't know. I was expecting him to like maybe say this like after leading us with the intro of the ENSARS, I was expecting him to maybe like give a story on maybe ENSARS. He died, he didn't die, he broke his leg. Free, like free police. Like you've already led us with that intro. So the intro just felt like just intro for intro's sake. It didn't connect with the following song. Then the popcorn song.
I can agree with that. It did not connect with the following song.
Like,
but the following song.
Yeah, continue.
But the following song was pretty much, to me, I.N.I.T is like my favorite song. Yeah. I would say like my favorite song, but it's one of my favorite songs on the album. And I loved how it sounded. So I don't know. Yes, it did not connect. Yes, it's not kind of like a story behind it, but being a solid song, that was a strong track too. And I think when I was listening to it, I was like, this is like one of my favorites of all the albums we've listened to like this year. It's one of my favorite songs off like the next song after the first song, like to launch the album. I think it's between this and Victoni that have like the strongest second songs. So
but that was the fact that there was some thought to it, because especially that category song that was very beautifully written. I was like, this Oxlade, really writing, like putting his pen to paper and really giving us bars. So I just didn't. I just wasn't gingered every time I listened to it, because I was sat with it for a while, like in the gym. I drove. It didn't move me to overlike it or overhate it. It was just there. Like I just didn't really feel anything. I don't know if maybe I'll give it another shot and see.
Man. Hey, like I said, I really like the album. I think it did what it did. He's going on tour. Hopefully, we'll be able to see if that would the album resonates with a lot of people, and probably might catch him. I probably might catch him out on tour.
All right. Let's move on to Nasboi, and let me pull up this text right here. I said this episode. I said I sent the script. This episode, I go and eliminate. This episode, I just gisting 3 albums: Nasboi, Odunsi, Oxlade. And the reply I got from Show, God forbid me and you talk Nasboi. And I was like, God. So are you discriminating from the fact that he's a comedian, or you just don't think he's capable of like giving you something good? I don't know. Is that
God, the snitches out here, man.
I'm a civilian. I'm not claiming to come from the streets. I don't live by the snitching code. I'm a civilian, going by my day, going to civil service, doing my work. That's my hardest paycheck.
Oh my goodness. So my thing is, maybe just maybe, I still perceive him as a sketch artist,
and I think
I haven't tried. Like, to be honest, it took me a while to listen to basketball. I said basketball albums. Like, it took me a while to listen to. I probably didn't even listen to the first 2. I ain't even gonna lie. So I mean, give me some time. Just give me some time.
I think.
But then again, I was still listening to all the albums that I was listening to. I was listening to the Caution EP. I was listening to all those other ones. So I was just like, man, yeah.
And I like that you made that point, because I feel like that is one of his biggest problems. So Nasboi, in Nasboi I trust. I feel like I just have to say pause after that. In Nasboi I trust. Pause. Anyway, this album is actually not that bad. It has 9 songs, including those his viral hits, which I don't like one of them because of. Anyways, he featured Chike, Faust, Tubawa, Joeboy, Fields, and of course One Day Cole. And like I said, enjoyable album. Just take it for what it is. And like you rightly said, I think his only problem is now getting people to take him and his brand as a musician seriously. And it's interesting to see where this goes because of the way it does his promo. Like uses the slapstick comedy, which mostly redirects people to his song. Case in point, the short skirts. The song is okay, but because of the way he was promoting it, and with the short skirt, people wearing short skirt and just ridiculing themselves, I automatically and immediately just hated the song. So it's going not that I have anything against the Scots that wear short skirts and the guys that choose to, the fashion guys that. But yeah, I just was like, how do you now, have good songs, and how do you now get people to take you seriously? I think it's something I was just thinking about. How does this guy get people to take him seriously? Because there's no way he wants to promote any of his songs that he won't use like one of those comedian type scripts that is over the top and just goofy, and you're like, okay, I get it. You want to go viral so that the song can play. That's what I was thinking about. So I don't know. It's a decent album. If you listen to it, you'll find a lot of songs there. I think there's even one demo. I don't know if it's a demo, like a freestyle that I did on his page. Trying to introing this, and I was like, this boy can. Okay, maybe not can sing, but is okay. Like he can make good songs. So why does he choose to, do comedian stuff? Like, I don't know, man. So yeah, that's it. If you guys have any, had a solution on how someone can transition from comedy to music successfully, please let us know. I think I'll do a video on it and just, ask people how do you transition from that. Yeah, so that's my take on it.
Yeah, maybe just in the time before he transitions, he can just pick an artist that is, that can actually sing, perform, and just be giving those tracks in,
Yeah, I mean, he did that with One Day Cold. The song was good. The song went viral. A lot of people loved it. I think he did that with the last song. Then he came with the goofy ass promotion for the third song, and it just went back to this guy's a comedian. He's not really serious in music. But that's just my own perspective, Sha. That's Tunde's perspective. Anyway, let's move on to the third album, Odunsi, Nigerian Boyfriend, I think.
And I already saw your comment on this. I saw your comment on it. So before you even get into this, I want to jump in. I'm like, I think this is crazy because it's like all three songs don't sound alike. True. And the fact that all three songs don't even sound alike, it's not like the experimentation was so far off at that it was just like, oh, come on, man, what are you trying to do? I enjoyed all three songs for what they were. Okay, I love Back in the Office because it found like I wouldn't put it like a singy song. I thought that was what it was. Blue Intentions sounded trippy, and their language was like a rap song. And so I thought all three songs were strong, and I enjoyed it. And it was like, because I was like, but is this how Odunsi used to sound like? And then I went back and I listened to Rare, and I was like, oh my goodness, I remember Odunsi was in his bag in Rare. So it was like, I don't know where he's going with this, but I don't think these were bad songs. I really like the songs. So that's just me on this.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not, of course, he's one of those artists that, they always make good songs, whether I like it or not. Whether you resonate with it or not, that's my problem. And I think he just gave us music in the Odunsi fashion too, like experimental, different, but not so different. Like you said, of course, quality production, it always comes with that. I love Blue Intentions. I think that's the second song. That's so after my favorite, that's my favorite out of the three songs on the album. I just don't think all this new music he makes is for me. And I think he lost me at that second album. I can't remember the name, but everybody swears it's a classic. So I just
everything you heard is true.
Yeah, so I just have to allow it and say, okay, it's a classic. If all of you are saying it's a classic, it's a classic. But I think it's still, I still like it's very, very, very first one. It has like this balloon. I can't remember the name. I think that's Happy Hour and a lot of other songs. So that's my.
No, I think the one we liked was the one with Star Signs.
Yeah, that's the one with Star Signs that everybody. I don't know. I'd never just felt the album, but Apparently, apparently it's very groundbreaking. It's fresh. That's the one that has stand signs that the cover was like gold, silver.
No, that's not it. The cover was him and like a couple of ladies.
Yeah,
That was
really
one.
shiny like this thing like this now.
Yeah, that was so. Yeah,
the
gold one
red.
was.
Okay, red. I'm pulling it up now. That's red. Yeah.
Yeah. And so the gold one was like the single.
Red, the one everybody swears is the the groundbreaking album, but
it is the groundbreaking album. I swear, nobody swear by that. It is the groundbreaking album. What are you talking about?
To you guys, yes. To me, I'm just like, what is all this? I'm like, what are you saying, my guy? Anyways, my favorite album for me is still Time of Our Lives, 2016 Time of Our Lives, which I absolutely love, and I haven't been able to get him to do this type of sound. Yeah, obviously, I was graduated for that kind of sound. And I just want him to come back to that kind of thing. Anyways, so yeah, that's it. Odunsi. If you guys love him, check out the album Nigerian Boyfriend. It's very Odunsi. Let me just put it like that.
Okay. Very Odunsi. I know we've covered all the albums and all this, but I want to jump on one topic that was going around. We kind of missed it, but it was about Tyler.
Oh, Tyler, not the creator.
Not the creator. Tyler, I'm a piano queen. I'm a piano queen.
When I was writing the script last week, we couldn't make it. And I was like, I think we've even spoken about this before, but somehow, I guess in terms of they should do something like that. In terms of maybe, but yeah, speak on it. I don't really have much to say on it. So just let me hear your thoughts.
So, although my thoughts are just strictly she got the award, which is great. And then she used that opportunity to kind of state that, hey, look, you're putting all of us in the buckets, but we are different. Our sounds are different. There's Afrobeats, there's High Life, there's what you call it, Amapiano.
Yeah.
But yes, I mean she's gonna take the award. She did have a strong album.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I thought that was a great opportunity to kind of
was that like? Do you think it warranted the uproar from a lot of guys? Do you think?
I don't. That's my issue. Is I don't see why people are even annoyed because
that's what I'm saying.
She always everybody has been stating and saying that, hey man, she doesn't make Afrobeats music, and she just went out there, collected the word and said it hey, look, you guys are putting us in the buckets. And she stated it right there. I don't see what the issue is. That's one. The second thing about it is that if Davido won the album or won the award, is that Afrobeats music? Because he created an album which is just strictly long drums.
Yeah.
And that is Amapiano.
Yeah, I guess a lot of people were saying because her own album too was, mostly Afrobeats and not Amapiano. So again, it's these people that are giving these awards are just making us argue and lumping all of them together. If they really wanted to, they could separate it. But it's just, I guess
it was just say best African album. To be honest, all they have to just say, just say best African album. Yeah. I think putting the genre in there, kind of, just say best African album and let's keep it moving. We don't have to. We're not trying to put a genre on it. Say just how it was always. Best African music or best global album or whatever.
And nobody argues with anybody.
Exactly, nobody trying to argue.
Album was this year, right?
Album was this year. It was March.
Okay, early this year. Okay. So still an album of the year category for a lot of people.
It is, man. Yeah. It is. Remember,
that album was very solid. Yeah, I still go back to it.
Solid album. So hey, man, shout out for winning that.
So did you catch both our artists on our back-to-back Afrobeats Breakfast Club tour?
I did. I called Thames. I called Rema.
Yeah. I called Thames.
Shout out to both of them.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed Rema as well. Maybe because of this, my first time of actually, watching him speak an interview. Especially when you've gone global, there's I don't know. The tendency to now when you come for an interview, you want to speak funny and act funny.
Nah, man. My G. I same thing with Thames, man. Like she kept it.
With
like,
Thames too. Yeah, with Thames too. I think Thames was just because that's her character, so it didn't really.
Exactly.
Yeah, so they didn't really. But she did okay. She did okay, but they didn't really get like what they wanted to get out of. And I think it was a character, and she had a cold or something, so she wasn't really.
Yeah.
Like, 100% best. It was a good interview too, but the Rema one just changed my perspective. You know, like very spiritual guy. You know, and he knows I like artists, so he gives me that Odumodu vibe in terms of yes, I stand on what I say, and I know what I'm doing, that kind of thing. Like, and those things go a long way in helping you as an artist, even as a human being. Just saying, you know what, I am him. Nobody can fuck with me. And he answered all the questions. The one he had to be diplomatic about was diplomatic about it. The one he had to brag, he bragged about it. Yeah. And the album is, aging quite well. And he said that he doesn't even want like they has done the international stuff. He brought it back to the Nigeria stuff. I'm like, you know what, if you guys hear that, come and hear what I think is my own interpretation of Nigerian Afrobeats on this album. Which,
that'd be it. See, I'll be telling you. you.
And the album is doing quite well everywhere. Like there's no day I don't hear it in like all these DJ mix around when they are playing it. So it's a very solid album. And we told you guys, and here we are. Okay. I think we've covered everything we missed from the previous weeks, so you guys, we've covered it though, and we'll try not to miss this thing again till Christmas time. We'll go on a very nice run till Christmas, so help us God.
Nice one.
Anyways, let's get into turntable charts. A lot has changed since we've been away. We have a new number 1, but let's get into number 10 here. I think it's staying on the same spot. It's Isheolua by Fireboy DML, one of my favorite songs from that album. And there's this song I've not heard in my entire life. It's called Abanikonda. Zinoleski featuring Naira Marley.
What?
Guys, I've not heard it anyway, but I don't know how. But well, stranger things have happened.
Hey.
At number 8, we have Ozeba by Rema is going back up. My Dealer remix, K-Style and Kiss Daniel staying on the same spot at number 7. Stronger by Young John at number 6. That's climbing. Favorite Girl, Darko and Rema is coming down one notch at number 5. Staying on the same spot is Moving by Omale. This song is everywhere. Active, Ashake, Travis Scott is climbing back up to number 3. Staying on the same spot last week, MMS, Ashake and Wizkid. My number 1 is a jam that is on all my social media, Juju by...
Wait, you didn't say number 2.
Number 2 is MMS, Ashake and Wizkid. Okay. Number 3 is Active, Travis Scott and Ashake. Number 1 is Juju, Smalley and Odumodu Black. You know me for Sabi News. That song is just everywhere. Anyways.
What?
The song is everywhere. I'm not even going to lie to you. Like, especially on social media. And I hear it's like in all these like bars and other things too. I think a lot of people enjoy it. So it's transitioning nicely from social media to the streets, which is not so bad. And yes, I think that is all for this week, guys. And with that, we have come to the end of this week's episode. And like I said, you guys, holler us, engage with us, send us stuff. We would love to read and answer you guys' music questions. So yeah, thank you guys for listening to this episode of Afrobeats Weekly. We hope you enjoyed it. New episode of the podcast drops every single Monday. I'm saying every single Monday because because if you see what is in the room, so you're back. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast, Apple, Google, Spotify, wherever I get your podding from. We would love to hear from you. Use the hashtag Afrobeats Weekly. Leave us comments, suggestions. Send new music to fanmail at AfrobeatsPod. Also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at AfrobeatsPod. We will catch you in the next episode. Peace out, people. Peace out.
Peace.